Hey rollers, welcome back to my channel. It seems like it has been forever since I've crafted with you guys in this manner, and I'm actually glad to be back. The last time I think I did one of these videos was right before spring break or something like that. So anywho, I have this blank and I painted it with Dixie Belle's flamingo color. If you guys have seen my summer video that I made recently, I'll try to link it down below. This is one of the colors that I use, and I wanted to go ahead and use this again for my Mother's Day theme so that it's all cohesive in a way. Plus I really like it. Then I'm going to go ahead and do an HTV and a vinyl. Is it vinyl? Yes, vinyl. This one is vinyl. And I'm bringing out this pattern vinyl because I've had this for a while and I've just never known what exactly to do with it. And I told myself, well, you know what? We need to go ahead and start using some of our HTV, our pattern vinyl, I should say. Let me go ahead and turn on my Cricut Mini Easy Press. And I think I'm going to do, let's see, we should do 310, I'll do 315. Yeah, no, I'm gonna turn it up to 320 because I think the last time I don't know what I was doing. Oh, I'm not gonna turn it off. I don't remember what I was working on, and 15 seconds is about right. So we'll let that preheat while we go ahead and weed this out. Now this is a very simple design, and it's going to have quite a bit of waste because this is all attached together. So if the waste triggers you in any way, just skip this part, close your eyes like in a horror movie so that you don't see this part where I'm waiting, and that way nothing bad happens. I think it's only this amount of hearts, yeah. And I don't know, oh, this is vinyl from Expressions Vinyl, yes. Now I can always just save this, but we're not going to do that today. And there are the hearts, and I will explain to you in just a moment why I picked that. You'll see it when this is weeded out. So guys, I don't know if it's just me but the lighting in that's my press telling me that it's ready. The lighting in here seems different. I don't know if I've done something different. I have no idea. Let me know in the comments, does it look darker in here to you? But I don't know. Let me go ahead and start weeding this out, and hopefully I picked the right material because lately I've been having a hard time with my HTV. I don't know what I did to deserve that torture. I've been thinking that I'm picking HTV out and it's been a complete disaster, but let me go ahead and weed that out and let you guys just go to music. All right, so now that we got this bigger portion done, let's just go ahead and take out all these centers. Now this was a design that I found on Design Space, and I just adjusted it to the size that I needed. I thought it was pretty nice. It's very simple, but I'm choosing to use HTV because it's got all these very intricate details on it, and it's just easier to use HTV when you have details like this than trying to weed it out with adhesive vinyl, to be honest with you. So that's why I'm doing that. And another reason why is that when you use HTV on wood, it does look very nice. It almost looks like it does well. It's supposed to be there, even though, and since this is going inside, this is not going outside or anything like that. So that's another reason that I'm choosing to do that. I very rarely use HTV on wood when I'm putting it outdoors, only because the fact that I live in Georgia, sometimes the HTV doesn't last. HTV doesn't last as well in the heat and humidity here is what I found, but yes, but it does look so, heat transfer vinyl looks really nice on wood. It just looks like it's designed to be there because it just lays so much flatter and nicer. You know what I mean? Let me know your thoughts on that. This is being, see, this is why I was saying that it just has a lot of little pieces. So let's go ahead and continue with this, and we'll fast forward you guys on. Okay, so I couldn't take the lighting anymore, so I opened my blinds to see if that would help. So let me know. All right, so we're done weeding. I'm gonna go ahead and prep this wood. So I think I got everything out, but why does this look like? Yep, that wasn't gonna go there. All right, so let me look and see. Now, all I did on Design Space was I just pulled a heart and measured this one in approximation. Is that the right word? I keep feeling like this is like that should be weeded out, but when I tried to do that, I poked a hole in it. So I think that's supposed to be there like that, a solid piece. So we're just gonna wing it. Okay. All right. And that's all. It says mother in the middle. I was trying to find one that says mama in the middle because my kids actually just call me mama or mommy, but I couldn't find one. And then I really just didn't feel like making one. Why do I keep finding little pieces? Now, you don't want to leave any of these straggler pieces because it'll, oh, that's not in the middle. It's on my finger. It'll actually transfer onto your middle, onto your blank that you're working with. So we've got strong, kind, loving, amazing, funny, patient, beautiful, kind, soft, caring, and then mum in at the bottom. So let's just get that on here. Move that over. And then what I am going to look for is my Teflon sheet, because I prefer to use a Teflon sheet, even though it's got the carrier sheet on there. I find that, for me at least, that it works better when I have a Teflon sheet. Uh-oh, and mine did turn off. But that my HTV just transfers better with the Teflon sheet on top. Of course, if you're okay, you don't have to use that. Okay, as long as you're good, you do whatever works best for you and your... Actually, this is the side that I wanted to use. I don't know what I was thinking about. But maybe... Nope, this was the side. All right, so we're gonna do that again because I prepped the wrong surface. Okay, we're just gonna heat, we just heated that up just for a few seconds to get any remaining moisture off of that. And then we're gonna put this beautiful sign back on there. And of course, you paint yours any color that suits your decor, that makes you smile when you look at it. Now, when I did this, this was very, very close to the edge. I mean, literally kissing the edge right here. So I wasn't making it so much so that it was a line down here at the bottom, but I'm gonna try to do it again. But I know the words were like very, very close. But now I'm like, wait, was it? Yeah, I remember it being very close. So I'm gonna bring it down. And if I feel like I need to move this piece, I'll just move that. It's like off. Yeah, because I know these words on the edge were very, very close, and I did that intentionally. Because I call this a subway tile, is what I call it. I know on Design Space and any other website, they're called something else, but I've always called them subway tile designs. And I think some other YouTubers call them the same thing too. So I probably should have used my bigger heat press. I didn't think about that. My 9x9. I thought this one would be perfect. But I underestimated that. So we'll work it out. Just have to do multiple presses on here. So that's okay. I haven't used this one in a while anyway. So gotta give them all a little bit of love, right? Because then they start getting jealous and throw temper tantrums. You know, these machines have feelings too, so we gotta give them all a little bit of love every now and again. that's good. So let's cool this off. All right, I can already tell that I need to give it more pressure down here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Just lean into it and let it press. And right there. Oh, you know what? I didn't even use my Teflon sheet. So that's usually a no-no for me, but we'll see if it works. And so I've been putting it on my glass mat so it can cool off. Now keep in mind your wood material is going to take a little longer to cool off than your other main blanks. But I've also turned on my baby Cricut, and I'm putting it on the medium heat setting, which is the 2 wavering lines. Right now it's still orange, so it's still heating up. But let's go ahead and see where we're at, because I can already tell that I'm probably gonna need to do focus presses. Yeah, just down here I can tell that we need to do that right here. But I didn't want to use the little one, the medium one again, because it's gonna burn my, I don't want to burn my HTV any more than necessary. So this is going to be really important right here. I know it's not all the way hot, but in the meantime, I can do this. What's funny is normally I don't have such a hard time getting HTV applied to my wood material, so this is actually probably a first for me. All right, let's get this cool down and see where we're at. Maybe I should try looking at when it's still a little warm, and that will help a lot more. That's usually what I do most of the time, is I tend to not let it cool down too much. It's doing a lot better now though. There was one spot that I saw, yep, right here, which what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this part off so that I don't apply any more heat to the left side. Let's see down here what we're doing, how down here is doing. So that part is really good. Need to focus right around here. This way I know I don't need heat anywhere else. And see, it's yellowed. And that's not the HTV, it's the paint color seeping into my HTV. So the HTV isn't burnt, it's just that color. But I'm gonna apply this back on just so you guys can see what I know. I actually like the way that looks on there. Looks a little bit more natural for me, at least. Take this off. Looks like it's been there for a while. That's the look that I'm getting. I'll leave this while it's still a little hot. A little too hot. Looks like this does not want to come off today. Go at a different angle. I think this one is, well, let it sit and then revisit it, because I think it's done. I've cooked that one enough. There. Now let's see. I'm gonna lift it up. There, now it's laying down. There we go. All fixed and solved. Now, I thought about making it so that I can stand it, but then I decided, oh, do I really want to? But I don't want to. The other idea that you can do with this one is you can take some stain, like your wax, and you can darken it up some. I might do that later if I decide to, but I don't know. It might be something that I try to do off camera, but we'll see. I have to, I don't know. I kind of like the color the way it is, but I don't know. If I do, I'll choose to do it on another video. Because I have another video for Mother's Day coming up, so I might take this and do that as well. Why does it look like this one? Like this was supposed to be weird. I'll have to check and see, and I can peel that off actually. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do our next DIY. Oh my gosh, I'm rushing you guys off, and I forgot that this does have another part. So let me grab my transfer tape. And why didn't you guys remind me? Like, oh, come on now, you have those hearts. Like, what is your main function? All right, so let me tell you why my brain isn't functioning all the way. It's because I'm hungry. I'm like literally starving. But I'm waiting for lunch to get ready. And yeah, I don't do well on an empty stomach, but I'm behind schedule. Everything, yeah, it's been a progress. I'm trying to see if this transfer tape would work for this one. And no, so we're gonna just use another one. I'm just gonna use this one. I don't want to battle transfer tape today. I'm just gonna use this one, and then we're gonna attach the top one, the bottom piece over it. That's what I think I'm going to do. We're gonna put this off, and then so since this is curling up again, I actually, like I said, I got this. It was one of my Expressions vinyl packages from a long time ago. I couldn't even tell you when, but I can tell you that they still have it on there if you guys like this particular design. But I am using it because it, like I said, it's camo, and the fact that in my eyes, moms are like the bomb diggity. So, you know, but in another term, I didn't grow up with a mom. My mom passed away when I was a toddler. I was 3. So I grew up with just my dad, you know, so I can say that dads are awesome. You know, my dad was my mom and my dad as well. So, you know, so more power to dads. So it is what it is. But I did have a very awesome mother figure that I do still believe that my mom sent to me to be there for me as a replacement. She was my best friend's mom, and we are best friends to this day. You know, we've been friends since 93. I know that's aging me, but that's a long time, you know. She saw me through the military and so on and so forth, you know. So I've had a mom in my life and all the good stuff. So that's why I say moms are the bomb diggity. So, okay, so that is all the hearts. All right, let me see if I remember how this goes on. And I do remember, I thought that one of the hearts went right there, but oh my goodness, Roberta does not remember. Okay, let's see. I might have to pull the image up because I'm pretty sure that can't be that way, because everything was lined up in a way that I'm pretty... Let me grab some parchment paper. This is not gonna work. Okay, so I went on my phone to find the design, and I got this laid out on the transfer tape. All right, you know what I find funny? You could not pay me enough money to tell you where the Design Space app is on my phone. I literally always have to do a search because I have not a single clue. All right, so to put it on your parchment paper, just make sure that you have a tiny, at least enough of your transfer tape exposed. And then I know there's a heart that goes right here, but I'm gonna have to make this work. So it's gonna have to go crooked. It does go crooked. We are going to place this crooked. We're gonna make this do our own thing because it's not going to align like it does in the image. So we're gonna do a craftacular method. That's why I knew it was aligning all wrong, right? Okay. Then we're gonna push the transfer tape down onto our blank so that we're able to lift the rest of the transfer tape up. And then we are going to remove this parchment paper and then lay down. Is that a line? And then that way we're able to lay down the transfer tape, but I don't think this, I feel like I misaligned this left. Let me put this back down here because I feel like this left heart went wonkers on me. So let's do that again. This heart went wonkers. It decided to do its own thing. So I'm gonna do this over. So this is how it goes. You put this down. Gonna adjust it just a little. I know it's sideways. It's not a perfect alignment. At least I'm not doing it perfectly aligned. There. Put the transfer tape down. Lift the transfer tape up so that you can expose your parchment paper. And then you're just going to take off the transfer tape. And then this moved. The idea is that transfer tape is not supposed to move. And I'm holding on to it. Okay. There. That was much better. So you lay it down and then everything lays down and transfers over. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I will have more than enough times to show you guys again. There. And isn't that pretty how it matches this? Oh, I was thinking it matches. Now, pink is not a color I use very often or at all. So I'm so proud of me that I found a way to use it. So yay me. I'm just gonna use this to burnish this down. I don't feel like I did it very much, so. There. Okay, so seriously, now we're done with this project. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our next project. All right, guys, so I've got this tile that I purchased at Home Depot. And what I'm gonna do is a knockout design. Now, I know this is not new. This is something that came out since, I wanna say last year, but I wanted to do it because actually I was not crafting or on YouTube I didn't have a channel on YouTube last summer. Or if I did, I think I was redoing, I don't know what was going on last summer, but anyway, I wanted to do it this year. So I actually purchased 2 different tiles, but I'm only going to use this one. And I have my heat press mat on here because since this is ceramic and I have a glass mat, I don't want them clashing at all. So let me go ahead and let's weed. I'm actually looking for my towel because I need to clean off this surface. And I couldn't find it for the life of me. So we're just gonna grab some alcohol on here and just wipe it off, get all the gunk and surface fingerprints and all that off of here so that the vinyl can go ahead and adhere better to it. And I know mine has a little chip on there, but I didn't even notice it until after I got home, but it was okay. And I think this one was actually on clearance. So this one was at only a couple dollars. And the other one was like $4 and some change. So just go to your bathroom section of Home Depot and that's where you'll find these at. All right, so let's put that aside. And let me go ahead and weed this off. And you know what? I cut this really, really close because like I said, when I was in my craft room today and I realized the lighting in here is, but it's a cloudy day outside. So I don't know, it's just been weird. And it's just been really weird lights in here, just dark and gloomy. But let's hope that this cut out. And I normally prep my video material a day ahead, but yesterday that did not happen. But let's go ahead and just cut you guys to some music while I weed this out. What is this from? I want to say this is from Expressions Vinyl as well, but I already cut the other half of the material, so I think this is Expressions Vinyl. But all right, let's cue the music and let you guys watch me do this. All right, this is where I was saying that I cut really close because when I was using my paper trimmer, I realized that I cut really close to that A, which means I probably would have, if I had cut it, I would have had to recut the whole thing. And that would have made me really upset. But let me go ahead and try to trim. When I think what happened was, yeah, like I said, it was dark in my craft room. And even though I had a light on by where I was at, I don't know. I probably should have just done this the day before, you know, but no judgments. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it work. All right, so I wanted to use a pattern vinyl because I'm thinking that this pink would look, aren't you guys proud of me? I'm using pink, like, yay! That is like so milestone achievement for me. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm gonna trim some of this off with my Cricut cutting skills. You know, yeah, like, you see what I mean? I can't cut to save my life. Back to the point. So I figured that I love gray with this. If I had a navy blue or something else that was patterny, I would have done that, but this was the only one that I could find, and it's still within the grand scheme of things. The other one is pink. Okay, y'all get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Now, let's go ahead and cut the kids' names. Now, this knockout style, you don't only have to do it for Mother's Day. You can do it on any occasions. If you don't know how to do it, and you would like for me to do a video to show you how I did this, I'll be more than happy to do that. Just let me know in the comments. Now, with this one, I started to weed it to make sure that it had actually cut. So again, bear with me here. Let me see how it did. It looked like it cut just fine. Look, all morning, my Cricuts have been having temper tantrums. My Maker 3, she was having a temper tantrum and she wasn't cutting, or was cutting too weird on everything that I was cutting for these knockout designs. And yeah, me and her were not on very good terms today. So we are going to go very slow. I had to talk very nicely to her so that she would stop being upset with me and I lost an eye. I mean, not an eye, but the dot. I had to, you know, I had to just talk nicely to her. I don't know why she was mad at me, what I did, or if it was because I didn't come in the craft room yesterday, but I just did not feel like being in here the day before. Like, come on now. So I had to be nice, you know. I had to humble myself to her, be like, look, little girl, we're not doing this. So one design, I had to cut it like 3 times, to be honest with you. So yes, sometimes you just have to be nice to your Cricut machines. They I swear they have feelings too. That's just my theory, and that's just how it goes. All right, let's go ahead and continue with this. Okay, so I can't find, I know I'm missing a dot, but I have a feeling that I don't know where it's at. I'm gonna have to go look in the design, but I don't see it. I think because of the way this eye is attached, I don't think it has a dot. But I'm gonna verify on the design. Yeah, I don't think it does. But anyway, I think it'll be okay. If anything, I'll put a dot on there. So now these swoops are not part of the original design. I had to actually go in, and they're called glyphs, and I added these swoops into, I made the M an addition, a different M, this E a different M, and so as well as the S and the, I think it was the A. It's either the S, the E, or the A and the E. It's one of these that attaches, that makes the heart to attach these letters together. I'm not sure. I would have to play with it to see how I attach these together, but I think it's completely separate. And then I know these are part of this particular font. But I will attach the font information. I'm trying to remember to attach the font information below in case you guys want to use this. I know it's super, super cute. So that if you guys want to use it, you can. And if you want to. So let me try to make sure that I remember to do that. And I'm using my pen tool only because it's a lot easier to get into, this is solid, I know that, to get into these little tiny letters. At least for me it is. Except this H, I mean not H, this S is really being difficult. I probably should have done this before I weeded the entire thing. So bear with me here. So tell me while I'm doing this, what is you guys' plans? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys do? Is there a tradition that you guys do for Mother's Day or not? For instance, me, I disappear for the day. I'll be honest. No judgments in the comments, but me, I just straight up disappear. Every day since I had my first kid, I'm like, I will see y'all when I'll see y'all at the end of the day. I find a movie that I'm going to watch from the week before, whatever it's playing that I wanted to see, and I go stuff my face with popcorn, and that is the end for me. And then I'll go shopping. I don't even buy anything. I just go window shopping from store to store, and that is it. Like, so when COVID hit a few years ago, I was devastated because I was like, dang, you mean to tell me I gotta spend the whole day here with these hooligans? Oh man, why? I'm a mom every day, all day. I don't want to be here. Like, they don't leave me alone. This is the one day that I get to like disappear. I don't want to do this. Yeah, so last year, I think it was last year, I saw Doctor Strange, and that might have been the first movie I had seen at the theaters in a long time. And I was so excited. Like, you guys would not believe how excited I was to just be gone. And every year my kids ask me, can they come with me? And I'm like, no. Do y'all not understand? When I tell y'all, no. The day is to be away from y'all. Like, don't take me out to eat. I don't want to be seen in public. I don't want to be bothered. I just want to be left alone. Like, just take me out to eat on a non-Mother's Day type event. I don't feel like using this one again because I feel like I can reuse it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And there's like a straggler piece down here somewhere. I don't even know where it's at. I know it. Oh, there it go. Okay, so we're gonna reuse this one. And what we're gonna do, let me just lay it on here. And then, uh-oh, not yet. And I'm just gonna cut off. Just keep trimming it down. Right, and I'm just gonna overlap that. And I think I still have another piece to overlap. Yep. And then that's it. I know it looks like Frankenstein right now, but you guys will get it. You're just trying to, I'm trying to get rid of this piece. Okay, so we're gonna burnish this top layer, then the bottom one underneath. Same process, rinse and repeat. And then let's pick this up. I'm gonna bring this back over towards me so that I can see this better. And we're gonna try to center it. Just peel this off its backing. Now, one thing I do like about their transfer, not their transfer, their vinyl is it has a nice gray, thick vinyl so that you actually don't need a lot of pressure for it. And it's pretty durable. Expressions Vinyl has really good vinyl. Now, I'm not advocating or anything for them or anything like that. In case you haven't used them and not affiliated through them, I've just used their vinyl for years. So I just have a ton of them. I used to have a membership, but then I quit. You cut the membership off recently. I just have too much. Now I'm trying to make it a goal. Now, I did say I was gonna make it a goal to use up my Cricut vinyl, but I don't have any pattern vinyl like this. And I probably could have just used something else, but I didn't. I really was trying to use up some of this pattern vinyl. Now, what I could do is bring out my parchment paper so that I can make sure that this is, or I can just align this way to make sure that it's actually straight. Not just straight, but that it's evenly spaced. And let's see if this works. Okay. All right. I'm right-handed, so I feel more comfortable going this way. Oh. Lay down before I wanted it to lay down. See what I mean? Okay. We're just gonna make it work for the sake of this video, and it's okay. Yes, it's crooked, but I'm okay with it. If you're okay with it, it's okay. I'm not one to stress too much about it. If I want to redo it, I can redo it. It's just vinyl. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's so many other things in life to stress about, and misaligning vinyl is really not one of the things I'm going to stress myself about. It is so crooked, but it is going to be up there, not for any longer than necessary. Well, it's honestly, it's going to be in my office. This is going to be in my office, and it's not going to bother me. My kids are going to say, Mama, you know that's crooked. I'm like, I'm well aware that it's crooked. I don't really care. Why are you questioning why my stuff is crooked? It went down before I wanted it to go down. Well, that's okay. And I'm probably going to make a short and be like, oops, I did it again. Straight Britney Spears. It's really not that bad, to be honest with you. It's not that bad. Okay. All right, the things that happen when we're crafting. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do this right here, and then we're gonna do this right here. See guys, that's what I say. This channel is all about, it is what it is. We craft, we laugh, and we be like, well, it's all gravy. Like I said, if it bothers me that bad when I'm after the video or later on, and I'm like, this is not gonna work, then I'll just lift it up, print it again, and redo it, because I have a little bit of this left, because it was a 12 by 12, and yeah, it's not, because I feel like once I get it down where I need it to go, once I put it up, it's not gonna be disastrous. But we're gonna use my parchment paper for this part, because this needs to be more of an exact lay down. And this tile, so because this happened to me, guys, just know if you're gonna do this project, make sure you use parchment paper, because the tile was really wanting, okay, I'll put that dot back in on there. The tile was really wanting to pick this up or push this down, so just know for your project, lay this down. Okay, so let's get this on here, and if I'm not mistaken, now I'm gonna look on my phone so that I can make sure that I'm placing this correctly. So I did have it relatively close. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see if I should bring it down some. Let me see. I just feel like it needs to come down. Yeah, it doesn't quite. In the center. Now this is very easy to make. All you're doing is you're writing out the word, and then you're doing an offset with the kids' names. Once you put it over like it is now, you're doing an offset, and then you're taking out the original name from the, separating it from the offset. I think that's what it is. And then you're just slicing everything out. Once you take off the offset, after you've sliced it, actually you take off the offset, you slice it, and then you put these back in there. There we go. Let's burnish that down. Oh, there it goes. All right. I'm just gonna pick up this dot with the transfer tape and put her eye in there. There we go. And there it is. Isn't it pretty? Now I'm just gonna put mine on a plate type holder, the ones that you find at the Dollar Tree. That's all this is going on, so I'm not gonna prop it up or anything. But like I said, mine is going up in my office, so let me show you what I mean. This is what mine is gonna be on. So they sell these at the Dollar Tree. I think they sell smaller ones if you wanted to use a smaller holder. So this is how mine's gonna be over there by my window, so it's not going to be even noticeable, so it's perfect for me. All right, guys, let's go ahead and put this away, clean up my area, and start on to our next project. All right, rollers, so this next project is a very, very simple DIY. This frame I got many moons, stars, celestials ago from Goodwill. Yeah, for $1.99. And the idea behind this project is that you can take any frame and just repurpose the frame. Actually, I bought this one mostly because of the color of the frame, because it does match my home's decor. So, but if you just go to the Dollar Tree, you can just buy any of their frames from in there and do the same decor. Let me grab something to put underneath just grab our mat. Anyway, so, and then this card is actually a card that my son just gave me for my birthday. So it's the same idea. You can grab any Mother's Day card that you can buy, preferably at the Dollar Tree, because they have very, very nice cards. Or just do what you want. Of course, I'm not telling you what to do or where to spend your money, but they do have extremely nice cards. Now, this card is very special to me because I realized that he knows me much better than I thought. And I have said it in previous videos. I do believe that he is my bonus child. So he forgot to call me the day of my birthday, when I think I made him feel like I was upset with him because he called me the day after to ask me about something else. And I was like, you forgot to call me, yada, yada, yada. But I wasn't upset. I didn't even care. But he came home the next day because he had a mentorship thing to go to, and he got me this card and he bought me some flowers. Anywho, but I'm looking at the card and I was like, this card is absolutely stunning. Now look at the details on this card. And it does say, it says this card was created using the ancient art of quilling, in which small strips of paper are hand rolled, coiled, shaped, and individually placed to create a beautiful and detailed piece of art. It is absolutely beautiful. And he did write a very detailed, not detailed, but he did apologize for not calling me the day before. He's in college, and I was like, he probably was studying or doing whatever they do in college these days. So I was like, you didn't really think I was mad at you. He was like, no, but I did feel bad. Okay, end of that story. So anyway, we're just gonna wipe this off really quickly because of course I forgot to do so before the video. But I did have it in my stash for a while, so it's not that bad. And I think I had already sanitized it after I had bought it anyway, with Lysol and all that good stuff. So we're just gonna put the glass back in. And it did say on the back that it displays beautifully in a 5x7. So I'm just gonna place it in here. Now I do think this is a 5x7, yeah. So I'm just gonna, like I said, you can just do any kind of card that's a very beautiful card. You can make your mom a card if you want to. For me, this is all I wanted to do, and just put this in my room. I'm gonna put it in my office. I have no idea where I'm gonna put it yet, but I did have it displayed in my office in front of the flowers that he had bought me, and that is all I'm going to do for this card. Let me make sure that it's not exactly centered, but look how beautiful this thing looks in this frame. And I just realized that it does match quite well, because look at the colors. See how pretty that is? So find you a very nice card and find your frame that matches, or you can stain it, spray paint it with regular paint, and you have got you a beautiful gift to go in a bag for your mom. All right, let's go on to our next DIY. All right, rollers. So I found these tumblers at TJ Maxx while I was in Florida, and I was so excited because I was able to find one that said auntie, and it is so rare. Well, in my experience at least, because I've never really looked for one, but I thought it was so rare to find anything that celebrated auntie during Mother's Day. Because you let me know guys, because what's the order of operation when it comes to who's in charge? Is it mom, grandma, auntie, or is it mom, auntie, grandma? Most people probably say grandma and then auntie. I have no idea. So let me know. All right. So this is one of the Rae Dunn tumblers. I keep wanting to call these mugs, but they're actually tumblers. So these were $9.99 at TJ Maxx. They're actually pretty hefty. How many? I don't know how many ounces these are actually. Oh, 17 ounces. Duh. But so all I did for this, my idea was that I found a Rae Dunn look-alike font, and I'm just gonna put mine and my sister's name under our respective mugs. And that is all we are doing for this. So let me go ahead and grab my alcohol and prep the surface. Again, this has been in my craft space since the beginning of April at the time of this filming. And so I want to make sure that it is good and ready. And it traveled with me since all the way from Florida. So from the area from the floor of TJ Maxx and all that. And I've been to the TJ Maxx near my house and I didn't see them there. So I'm actually glad that I bought them while I was over there. So let's go ahead and separate our names, and then I'm going to go ahead and weed it out so that we can do this, put this on here. I'm so excited. So when I showed it to my sister, when I found it, we were like, yay. Yeah, my sister and I are very close, surprisingly. My dad wouldn't have had it any other way. That's why I tell him all the time, you bullied us into being really close. See, I can't do this with these. I can't even see that. It's like so dark. And I think I pushed that in there. No, I can't get it out. I'll pull it out here in a second. I sometimes can weed with the small pieces with my regular weeding tool, and then sometimes it's just like, no, we're not gonna cooperate. So that's why you guys will always see me do two different tools. All right, let's see. And I think my Cricut might still be, I just literally did printed this out, cut this out, and she's still kind of temperamental. I've been trying to talk to her, but I don't know, she's having it. She's maybe now, I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and weed this out. All right, so I'm gonna bring in my cup cradle just to help me position this, hold it as my third hand, I would say. And then we're gonna pull this off. Move this out of the way, actually. And then make sure that I got this, help this along. Then now we're gonna put this on here. Uh-oh, I'm doing this again, dang it. See, I was looking up. Okay, I'm gonna get this off. Let me grab my spatula. If push comes to shove, I'll just recut this. It's not a biggie. Honestly, the reason that happened was I looked up. I got distracted and looked up from what I was doing. Now I can't find my tweezers. Here they go, because I'm not very good with those other cricket tweezers. I am terrible with those things. Okay, at least if it was my mug that I messed up, I'd be like, it doesn't really matter. Like, today's video is all out of whack. You know why it's out of whack, guys? Because I never prep the day I'm recording. I always prep ahead of my recording day. And I found myself prepping this morning. And see, now it's kind of wonky looking. Let me fix this E. And I'm feeling like I should just recut this. Although because she's my sister, she's not even gonna care. But I feel like I just wanna recut it. It's already it's getting on my nerves that I just wanna recut it. But let's see how it looks. It's sticking to my nail. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Okay, well that's better. Okay, I saved it. It's funny because it's Auntie and then Annie. Whew. Okay, so I saved it. I'm trying to get the letters that match go right under it. Okay. Phew. Crisis averted for the most part, right? My heart literally stopped when that happened. So I was like, how many fails are we gonna have in one video? Would that be considered fail, or is that like heart-stopping moments? Heart-stopping moments? Yeah, I think heart-stopping moments. Look how nice that looks. Yeah. I had to just stop and pause and just look at that. That is stunning. It matches so nice. Literally looks like it was part of the design. Oh my gosh. It is nice. Look at how similar these are. Like, I did good. Yay. Okay, stop it. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Giving myself props like a pro. I'm a pro. One of the rare moments I can say, like, girl, you did that thing. Yay, you did it. You did so good. And be like, Annie, your sister did it. You know what? She just called me not too long ago and I missed the call because my phone's on D&D. But I heard her talking to our dad. And so she must be on her way to work. Oh, yay. You did it. You did it. Even with that little oops, you know. Happy accidents. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a Bob Ross. And so that was a happy accident. You know, that's all that was. It was just a happy accident. So I feel like it's a little off. All right. Okay, so let's get this one on there. I didn't do the dot at the end because I felt like that was a bit much. All right. And honestly, I didn't want to be bothered with a dot because those things always get lost. So bringing in our scraper. Make sure that's on there. And remember, because we're putting the vinyl on there, this makes it no longer dishwasher safe to run in there. But if you want, you can always seal it with something to make it dishwasher safe. But then it's not gonna look as good. You can always use that new stuff, that new Mod Podge dupe thing, whatever it's called. I don't remember. I had it in my hand a little bit ago. The $50 bottle thing, and that might work. Look at that! Look at those oohs! Oh! You did it! Oh my gosh! What's that song? Oh my gosh! I'm so fly! Oh! Y'all can't say I didn't do it. I'm gonna have to make it short. I'm so fly. Okay, let me stop giving myself props. And we'll go ahead and move on to the next video. I mean, not the next video. See what I mean? To the next project. Oh, they so cute. They so fly. All right, now seriously. Alright, rollers. So my last project is going to be a Sublimation 20-ounce tumbler. I did do another one in my first Mother's Day video, so I will link that video down in the description underneath this video for you guys to see if you have not watched that yet. It was when my husband got me that what he calls the Easy Bake Oven, but it is the PYD Life sublimation oven. So I just wiped off my mug, actually my tumbler, real quick. I'm not going to use my lint roller because every time I use it for my purpose, it always leaves these marks on it. So I find that for me, it works better if I don't do that. So here's my design. It does look like it really is messed up. And at first when I printed it off, it did look like I was wondering if the printer was messed up, but I looked back at my image. I want to say it's either on Design Bundles or Creative Fabrica, and I will go back and link this design for you guys to if you guys are interested in using this, and I'll let you guys so that you guys can see that. But the design is supposed to be exactly this kind of color, but it'll make more sense when I get started. So let me go ahead and get this going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see something here. What I want to know is which way am I going to put this at the bottom. Now there is going to be overlap, so that's why you have I'm leaving this space white, because if I cut it off, my design is actually going to be too short. And so I know I'm going to have overlap. I need the overlap actually. So this is going to be at the bottom, and I'm going to try something new. So I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to grab my heat tape. I'm going to grab a really long one, a long piece. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a long piece of tape as long as possible. And sorry if my head is in the way. And I'm just going to try to line this tape up to just the edge of the paper. And the purpose for this is in the event that it bleeds, the image bleeds onto my mug, on my tumbler, it'll just bleed directly onto the heat transfer tape and not actually on my tumbler. This is just a theory. It might not actually work, but we shall see if it does or not. So I'm gonna pick this tape back up and see, and just lay it back down. Now bear with me, I'm not saying try this, but I'm gonna try it at my own risk and see if it works. Now I'm just putting it on the edge right here. Okay. Okay, good. All right, well, so now, make sure I got this where I want it. And so I'm gonna place this on here, and let's get to placing everything where I want it. was a workout. Okay, so we've got all the seams in the bottom. Now I gotta find my book on my Easy Bake Oven, and then we're gonna turn the Easy Bake Oven on, cook it. I think it's a 304 degrees. But let me put it in the shrink wrap really quick. Just making sure that's really down. And then let me take this off. Now, one of the things that I wish I did purchase, which I'll probably go back at a later day in time, is we'll get one of those rubber thingamajiggies that go under here so that you don't hear the constant clank, clank, clank when you put your mug down. All right, so let's get this in here. Now, if you're curious, the shrink wrap is included with the tumblers. All right, so that's in there now. Now you do have a choice to use your heat gun to heat this up. I usually just throw mine in the oven and then let the heat of the oven do the shrink wrapping, because it is going to reheat itself up back to the temperature that it needs to be before it actually does the countdown. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll see you at the end when this is all heated up or sublimated and cooked and all that. All right, guys, I've just taken it out of the Easy Bake Oven, and let's go ahead and cut off the shrink wrap right while it is still hot. And I'm so excited. Look, I can see the design through the shrink wrap, so that is a good sign. So I am just going to cut the shrink wrap, and that is all I'm going to do. It's so hot. Like, I just want to cut the shrink wrap while it's hot because it makes it easier to get that off. But if you're not comfortable with this process, don't do that. But I only have one glove on, so don't mind me. Just make sure you don't damage any of your stuff. Ooh, this stuff is so hot. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it. This is my second tumbler, but it is my first time doing a full wrap because the other tumbler was only like a partial wrap. Because it was just a picture on one side and then a name, my kid's name, on the other side. So this is very, very different. So I am just hoping and praying that this came out just as nice as the other one. Like, oh my gosh, praying that it comes out, because yeah. So I am going to let this cool down because I don't want to take anything off of it until it cools down, and then we'll be right back. Look, everything is on here. So that is very, very good. So I'm gonna let this cool down for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll bring you guys back. All right, here we go. This is cooled off to the touch. So let's get this going. Now you saw how easy this, the shrink wrap came off while it was nice and warm, hot. So let's see how I did. Again, this was my first attempt, so be nice in the comments if it didn't work out. I'm like, oh, I'm so stressed. Oh, oh my Lord. Oh, look at that seam. You can still see it. But that's my fault because I did leave that white. But that's okay. It's gonna be okay because it's still my cup. It's not seamless. It's okay. For my first attempt, for my full wrap tumbler, why is this not coming off? Like, I really take this sucker down. I will have to say that. Ugh, like, come on. Dang, bro, like, seriously. You take the, okay, the bottom is not bad either. Like, except for right here. You can see when I pushed it down, but the top is pretty much perfect. And the whole thing, it says, "Oh honey, I am that mom." And that's why I picked this one, because it was like, the phrase was perfect. So you can see exactly where the seam was. So that is the only thing that I really do love the tumbler. To me, it came out really, really nice. The colors, it's very vintage vibe. What is that? 70s, 60s vibe. I'm gonna use it because, yeah, I am that mom. The bottom wasn't exactly okay, but I think with this, it just takes a lot of practice, and I'm still okay with it. Yeah, it's not exactly, but I feel like for me, the reason it's not working exactly, I don't know if it's because I'm using an 8.5 by 11 and I still have to squeeze it very tight. And so I'm still having a lot of, I don't know, I'm still gonna work on it. I'm gonna keep trying this, and I don't regret doing it at all. But yeah, look at the colors. It's darker than what I expected it to be, but I really do love it. I really do love it. It's mine, and yes, it is such a pretty, it's not what I would have normally picked out for myself, but it gives off my personality. So yes. And then now let's go ahead and grab all the projects that we worked on today and show you guys everything that we did. Be right back.